What's going on, everyone? So LeBron James is expected to miss at least a month, which puts you a couple weeks into the season. He's probably going to miss somewhere in the 5 to 10 game range. I really think it'll also depend on where the Lakers at. Right? If the Lakers, through 10 games are 7-3, LeBron probably takes his time coming back. If they're 3-7, I could see LeBron being like, all right, I need to come back type thing. Also, really boils down to, does LeBron want to get to at least the 65 game mark, right? He's very likely not winning the MVP or anything like that, but to make like all NBA and things, getting those accolades stacked in year 23, age 41. He's a guy that has been very proud of those accolades over the years. Is he somebody that's like, you know what? I only have a year or two left. Maybe even the sciatica issue could potentially kind of push him further to like, hey, I just want to be healthy so we have a chance to win a championship. Put me in the best position possible to win an NBA championship. And we'll kind of see how that plays out and what LeBron does, because, if LeBron's like, hey, if I got to play 50 games for me to be 100% come playoff time and the Lakers are good enough to get us through the regular season, I mean, Luka Doncic, dude, I think you're going to get the best version of Luka Doncic we've ever seen. Then I could see something where LeBron maybe goes, you know what, like, I'm not going to rush back, right? But if the Lakers are kind of poor to start or just aren't working very well, then I could see LeBron being like, all right, I need to hurry up and rush back to try to salvage the season. Or does he go and say, you know what? I want you to trade me, right? This team isn't good enough. We're 3-7. I have to come back. I have to be elite for us to be anything special. Time for me to move on, and maybe he requests a trade. Now, that might sound far-fetched until you hear the recent report from Dave McMenamin. So, I think this is a little ridiculous, but again, let's go over it. LeBron James is expected to monitor the Lakers situation while he's out, per Dave McMenamin. LeBron's got to be watching while he's out, or is going to be watching while he's out. If they are struggling, that could lead to the next step. When Rich Paul said that LeBron will be watching the Lakers every move because the priority is to win, if they are not winning, maybe LeBron might have to go elsewhere. So, again, according to Dave McMenamin, LeBron's going to be sitting back, while he's dealing with this injury and seeing this team. Right? He's going to see, is this team any good? Is it not? Right? Could change things. If the Lakers, like I said, are 3-7, he might look at it and go like, even with me, this team isn't good enough and trade needs to happen. I want out. It's time to trade me type thing. I think this is ridiculous though. Right? Because I think one, if this is true, I think it makes LeBron look terrible. Two, right? I think it shows the lack of belief in LeBron as a player still. And let me explain that, right? If the Lakers, say, are 5-5 during the first 10 games, right? And you don't have your second best player, right? And you're, getting 500 team or whatever without your second best player. Most teams, even title contending teams, will be that, especially in the Western Conference, right? Like, it just, again, you're talking LeBron James is still a top 10 player with 6th in MVP voting, still one of the best players in all of basketball. Any team that doesn't have a guy to that level isn't going to do much, right? Like, it's silly to me. Right? So what you're saying is that the Lakers are bad, LeBron's not good enough to put them over, right? Now, I believe the Lakers are a playoff team. I think they're, 5 to 7 range without LeBron. I think LeBron is the difference between them being, like I said, the 5th seed or the 2 seed, and, them being a first or second round exit and them actually winning an NBA championship. Again, LeBron James, even dealing with the sciatica is better than 90% of the league still, right? And on top of that, he's finally going to get to be the second option, which he's been begging for years, and he might be one of the best, if not the best second options ever, right? And still at this stage of his career, being a top 10 player, being, still one of the best offensive engines in all of basketball, still being, an excellent high-end basketball player, slotted alongside Luka Doncic, Josh Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, and all these other things. Now, I do think that this is good for this team to kind of work stuff and figure things out without LeBron, But it's hard to know how do you judge this team one way or another, right? Unless they're really good. Like if they're really good, like I said, if they're 8-2, then you add LeBron, it's like, okay, this team might be a true contender. But I'm saying, like, if they're, middle of the pack, right? Like they're, like I said, 5-5, how do you properly assess if they're just that bad or it's just they're missing their second best player, right? Like, yes, there's a lot of flaws in this team. There's a lot of concerns. There's a lot of issues on this team. But I've said, even before the injury, it's the one thing that or I guess technically two things that raise them and can mask all that stuff and make them a contender. LeBron James and Luka Doncic playing at a high level. There's a difference between LeBron James and Luka Doncic looking good and like, man, these two are just excellent together. And then these two are so good. Good luck beating them in a 7-game series, right? There's levels to this thing. So to think that like, okay, so if LeBron really is going to evaluate this team and assess this team without him being involved, right? What is like the barometer, right? Like, again, if with LeBron, you can kind of see, okay, what does this team really need? I mean, there's going to be things that say, even in preseason, there's things that are standing out, right? Like, such as the lack of athleticism, perimeter defense, things like that. But when this team is whole and healthy, and you can actually have your proper rotation, and you can properly play your guys, and LeBron James is, 24 and a half, 8-8, right? Like, any team loses that. They're going to, like, I don't care how good you are, right? Like, is OKC winning a championship without Jalen Williams? Right? No. Right? He was dropping like 40 in the playoffs and stuff like that. Like he had several games that like by himself he essentially won. OKC isn't winning the championship without that. Right? Like, Denver, the year that they won their championship, do they win that championship without Jamal Murray? No. Right? Like Boston, do they win that championship without Jaylen Brown, who was the finals MVP? Or if you want to swing it the other way, because Jaylen Brown was the MVP, do they win the championship without Jason Tatum? No. Right? Like, again, you need your other guy. Again, Lakers might be getting pretty good, but you're in the Western Conference. Right? Like I said, it makes LeBron look, it's not a good look, right? I'm hurt and I'm not going to play. But because of that, I now get to sit and watch and judge you based on you guys playing without me because I am not healthy enough to play. Like, that's ridiculous, right? Like, I don't think that that's a good look. Now, again, this is just speculation, right? Like, LeBron didn't say something like this. This is just pure speculation, in my opinion. This is speculative, right? But still, like, if this is true, and I mean, because this came from somewhere. I don't think Dave McMenamin just like made it up, right? So like whoever told him, if it's Rich Paul, again, that's not good. It's not a good, like, again, think about it. Right? I don't care how big of a LeBron stan you are. Look, I'm on record saying I believe LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. I like LeBron a lot. I think he is an excellent basketball player. Even to this day, I defend LeBron all the time. This is indefensible if this is true. Again, you're telling me you are not healthy enough to play, right? And you're supposed to be our second best player behind Luka Doncic. And I'm pretty sure if you asked LeBron James, do you think you're the best player still? He'd probably say, yeah, if he was hooked up to a lie detector test. So in your mind, you're still the best player. Or at worst, let's say he is. He's like, hey, I think I'm the second best player, right? Luka's better than me at this stage of my career. Okay, perfect. Regardless, you're one of the top 2 players on the league. Any team that loses their second best player, let alone a top 10 player, and making $50 million a year, and you're going to sit out because you're dealing with an injury, and you're going to judge and then decide whether this team's good enough for you to return. Like, again, I can understand if this team is, 1-9 through the first 10 games, something like that. He's just like, even with me. But then that's LeBron admitting he's not good enough anymore, right? Like, because you're supposed to still be a top 10 player. You're still supposed to be one of the best players. I talk about how LeBron is still a top 10 guy. I think he's, arguably top 7, but top 10 guy in all of basketball, 6th in MVP voting, still all NBA. And you're not going to be good enough alongside Luka Doncic for your team to be a contender. right? Again, it's more than 2 players, but they have more than 2 players. DeAndre Ayton's probably going to be good. Austin Reeves, right? And LeBron has done nothing but hype this team up, right? What was this whole conversation on Mind the Game? Look, man, this team is perfectly put together so that way I can, ramp up. I don't have to come in and be 100%, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so what is it? Is it that this team you believe has enough to where you can kind of pace yourself? Regardless, you're not playing. And so are you suggesting that this team is good enough, that could be good enough to win without you? Then if that's the case, then why do we need him? Then you should trade him, right? And I've been somebody that's been very defensive of no, we're not better without LeBron. We should not be trading LeBron, none of that. But if LeBron believes that this team doesn't need him, or he wants to gauge and evaluate whether this team's good enough for him or not, it's just a bad look, right? It's not something that's not good. You're not able to play because you're dealing with an injury, which again is fine. He's 41 in year 23. He earns the right to kind of rest up, get 100% and get right. It's up to the team, next man up, best man mentality. But again, this isn't a role player. Right? It'd be different if he was Rui sitting out. It's there's no excuse for this team not to be good without Rui Hachimura. So, because you'd still have LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, Jared Vanderbilt, Marcus Smart, right? Rui misses a month, we should still be a very good basketball team, right? But LeBron James, it's if it was like when Anthony Davis was out, right? So when Anthony Davis is out, are we supposed to judge this team based on Anthony Davis missing games? So then LeBron wasn't good enough, right? If that's what it was, right? When you were a play-in team, it's just a terrible look. If that's true, again, it's speculative. I want to be clear about that. I don't know if LeBron didn't say this himself, so I can't be LeBron, I don't know how accurate this is. Maybe it is something that's entirely made up. I don't know. But if LeBron really feels that way, and he's just going to sit on the sidelines, resting up, and to see if, and then, what are you judging? Right? Is this team a playoff team without me, and then I'm the difference to take you over the top? Okay. But again, you also need to be there to build chemistry, build relationship, right? On-court production, get 100%. There's still a lot that you need to be responsible. Lakers could be the 4th seed. But if LeBron isn't 100% and comes in, he needs to be more focused on getting himself right than worrying about the team. Get back, really get the sample size to see if this team's good or not, and then make the decision. Hey, if you don't, we clearly need an Andrew Wiggins type player. Make that trade or trade me, make your choice. Then I'm all for, yes, okay. Right? If LeBron's there and the team is good, but it's man, we missing a piece or two, and LeBron wants to be hey, you got 2 options. Trade deadline's approaching. We're really good, but we still need a piece or two. Get those pieces or trade me. Take your pick. Then fine. I have no problems with that because now it's on the Lakers. You need to do right and go win or trade LeBron, right? So if it was a situation like that, sure, right? This video and this conversation would be very different. But if this is true, it's not a good look. Because again, how do we properly evaluate? So either LeBron isn't good enough or, how do we properly evaluate? It's just, I don't know. To me, I think it's ridiculous. I really do. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.